Hi guys, this is Sadir from Debugging.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest RisingOS ROM based on Android 15 onto Nothing Phone 2. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone and then let's get started. First off, get hold of the latest Android SDK platform tools from my guide and extract them onto your PC. You may extract them anywhere you want. In my case, I've done so on the C drive, and as you could see, these are the files of platform tools. Once you've done the extraction, you will now have to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging is required for ADB command, whereas OEM unlocking is required to unlock the bootloader on your phone. So let's now enable both the toggles. For that, go to the settings menu, then go to about phone, Nothing OS, and tap on build number 7 times. You will get a prompt that you are now a developer. Once that happens, go back. Again, go back, go to system, developer options, and now enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. You will now get a prompt on your phone, tap on OK. You might get one more prompt. In that prompt, tap on allow. And with this, the debugging is now enabled. Let's verify the same. So either go to the address bar of platform tools, type in CMD and hit enter, or copy the path of platform tools, open CMD from the start menu, type in CD space, paste the path of platform tools, hit enter, and you're now inside the platform tools directory. Now type in ADB devices and make sure that you are getting an ID. If you're not getting any ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on revoke USB debugging. Use the official USB cable that came with your phone and use the USB 2.0 port on your PC. So carry out these USB fixes and verify that you're getting an ID. Once you're getting this ID, you will now have to unlock the bootloader on your phone. Do note that unlocking will wipe off all the data and it might make the warranty null and void as well. If that's well and good, you could refer to a guide and the video and get this job done. In short, you have to boot your phone to the Fastboot mode and then use the Fastboot flashing unlock command. You will then get a prompt on your phone. So use the volume key to highlight unlock the bootloader and press the power key to confirm. With this, your phone will undergo a reboot and a wipe and the bootloader will be unlocked. Once that is done, make sure to re-enable USB debugging once again. Moving on, you could now get hold of the latest RisingOS ROM, either the vanilla or GApps. As of now, I'm using the vanilla build, and apart from that, you will also have to download the super empty img file. This is required to wipe the super partition. If you don't do so, then you will get the error applying update 7 issue when flashing the ROM. So make sure to get hold of the super empty img file as well. Now you have to transfer both the ROM zip file and the super empty img file inside the platform tools directory on your PC. So first off, let's transfer the ROM zip file, which will take a few seconds, and once that is done, let's transfer the super empty img file as well, which is here. For the ease of convenience, let's rename the ROM file to something shorter. So we will rename the ROM file to rom.zip, and the super empty img file should be named as it is. No need to change the name. Moving on, you will now have to boot your phone to the Fastboot mode. So for that, type in ADB reboot bootloader and hit enter, and your phone should now reboot into Fastboot mode. This should take only a few seconds, so let's just wait for that to happen. And once it's in the Fastboot mode, type in Fastboot devices and verify that you are getting a serial ID. If you're not getting any ID, then you'll have to install Fastboot drivers onto your PC. We have made a separate guide and a video on the same. You can refer to a guide and install the drivers. Once that is done, right click on the Windows icon and choose Device Manager. Then expand the Android phone section and make sure that your phone is being shown there as Android bootloader interface. So this, as well as the serial ID next to Fastboot, signify that your PC is able to read the phone in Fastboot mode, and we are now good to go ahead. So let's start off with the flashing process. In this regard, your first course of action is to wipe the super partition using the super empty img file. So copy this command and paste it here. Just a second, let me copy it once again and paste it in the CMD window. Hit enter. Super partition is now wiped, and now you could flash the OrangeFox recovery onto your phone. So I have made a separate video and a guide on the same. Let's refer to that. This is the video. So we are done with the first step, second step, and the third step. Now you may get hold of the OrangeFox recovery for your phone from this link. It's a zip file. Extract the recovery zip file, and it will be something along the following lines. So extract it and then copy the recovery img file and transfer the file inside the platform tools directory. Once that is done, you may now flash the recovery in the recovery partition. So type in Fastboot flash partition name, which is recovery, and file name, which is recovery.img, and hit enter. And the file is now flashed in the recovery partition. Once that is done, type in Fastboot reboot recovery, and your phone should now reboot to the newly flashed OrangeFox recovery. You could simply copy paste all this command from my guide as well. This is the command given here. This is the command to flash the recovery, and this is the command to reboot to the recovery. And once that is done, we could now start off with the flashing of the ROM file. For that, your first course of action is to do a format data. Do note that this will wipe off all the data from your phone. So make sure you have taken a backup beforehand, or else take a backup right away. Anyways, in my case, I've taken a backup. So let's now start off with the formatting process. So wait for a few more seconds for the recovery to boot up to the recovery screen, home screen, and now go to the wipe, format data, type in yes, hit the orange check mark. The formatting should now be done. As you could see, it's now complete. Once that is done, you will now transfer the ROM zip file onto your phone. For that, first and foremost, go to menu, reboot, and select recovery. Your phone will now reboot to the OrangeFox recovery, and this will remount the data partition. After that, your phone should be shown in the PC, and then you will transfer the ROM zip file onto your phone and flash it as well. In rare cases, it might happen that your phone might not be shown on the PC, or in some cases, your phone might be shown, but you might not be able to access the storage. Let me see what is the case with me. So first, I will copy the ROM zip file, and let's see if I could access the storage or not. So my phone is here. So even though my phone is shown here, but it's all blank, I cannot access the storage. So there is some issue with that. It's nothing to worry about. You could either use the ADB push command to get the job done, or the USB OTG as well. For now, I will be using the ADB push command. The syntax is ADB push, file name rom.zip, space / SD card, hit enter, and the file will now be transferred to the SD card or the internal storage of your phone. Do know that apart from SD card, you may also use the data or the temp directory, but it's recommended to stick with the SD card only. Apart from ADB push, you may also use the USB OTG device if you have. In that case, make sure to mount the OTG beforehand and then flash it. But please do not use the ADB sideload method. The sideloading is only used in case of an AOSP recovery like LineageOS. In case of TWRP and OrangeFox, you should always use the install option or the ADB push command to get the job done. So with that said, the ROM is being transferred and it will take only a few more seconds. So let's just wait for that to happen. So guys, the ROM is now transferred. Let me have a look at that. And it's here. Choose the ROM file and swipe to flash it. The flashing will now start and will take up to around 6 to 8 minutes. So let's just wait for that to happen. So guys, the flashing is now complete. As you could see, the successful message at the top. Now, if you want to flash any other zip file, then do a reboot to recovery and flash the required zip file. For your final course of action is to do a format data once again, just to be on a safer side. So let me do that as well. And once that is done, now comes the most important part. So as you could see, the ROM has been flashed to the inactive slot, which is slot B in my case. So currently I am in slot A, but the ROM has been flashed in the slot B. So now I have to make a switch from slot A to slot B. That is, I have to make a switch to the inactive slot. So for that, go back, go to the main menu, select reboot, and now you have to tap on switch to slot B. If in your case the slot B was active, you have to make a switch to slot A. Just do the reverse. I have to make a switch to slot B. So I will tap on that. As you could see, change boot slot is now complete. Finally, tap on reboot system and you will get a warning, no OS installed. This is a false message. Just swipe to reboot and your phone will now reboot with newly flashed OS. Do keep in mind that the first boot up will take up some time. This is completely normal and nothing to worry about. From the subsequent time, that will not be the case. With that said, let's wait for the boot animation or the boot logo to appear, either of which will signify that the flashing has been done successfully. And it might take up to around 10 to 15 seconds for the boot logo to appear. So let's just wait, and as you could see, the RisingOS boot animation is now live. So the flashing has been done. It might take up to around a few more seconds for the setup screen to appear. After that, we will set up the ROM zip file and then have a look at the ROM feature as well. And we are now inside the OS. That was quite fast. Let me enable USB debugging as well. And let's now get started with the setup process. Next, and let me skip this for now. Next, skip this as well. If you want, you may go online and link your Google account and restore all the data, but for now I'm skipping that just to speed up the process. And with this, we are now inside the latest RisingOS. There are two launchers to choose from. Let me choose with the launcher for now because I have used that. Let's say just once, always. Okay, it's being persistently asked, so I have chosen it always. And let's see whether it works out or not. Give it a few seconds for it to set up. Let me lock it and unlock it once again. And now it's up and running, the Lawnchair Launcher. You may also choose the other one as well, but for now I have gone with the Lawnchair. So I have user in the vanilla build, so there will be no Google apps. With that said, there is a Launcher icons pack. From here you may choose all the icons for various third-party and system apps. Then we have the automatic call recording app from here. And finally, this is the Rising Walls, which is the Rising Wallpaper app. Currently, you have to go online and only then this app might work. Now, let's first have a look at the Android 15 features. First off, you have the power menu in the QS tiles. Then you have the screen recording in one single app, which you could do from here. Tap on next and the recording will only take place inside the app which you have chosen. Apart from that, you have the predictive back gesture as well. Let me see that. So as you could see, you will get a sneak peek of what is behind the menu. Next up, the new volume panel. Well, that is not there. Okay, that isn't there. So that's not a major cause of concern because it's not of much use. You already have all the options. You could change the alarm sound or the notification sound from here as well. And apart from that, the vibration haptics could be done from here. Then next up, we have the private space, which you could set up from this page. First off, set up a screen lock. For the ease of convenience, I'm using a pattern lock. Tap on next and it's now set up. And now let's set up a private space quickly. You may either use the same lock that you have for the lock screen or choose a new pattern. As of now, using the same screen lock. It will save us some time. Use screen lock and the process stands complete. You will now add the required apps in the private space and it will be hidden under a password or PIN. So this launcher is giving me some trouble times. I hope it's just for the one-time delay. Let me lock and unlock my phone and now have a look. So now it's still not working along the expected lines. Everything is going haywire. So let me do a restart. And I guess only then it will work. I don't want to do a restart. It might take some time. But I guess I'm not left with any other option. A final lock and unlock will also not get the job done. So I'm now doing a restart. And then I'll see whether the launcher works or not. If that will not work, then I have to make a switch to the second launcher which I have in this ROM. So give it a few seconds and this time around the boot up will be faster. It will not take that much longer. So let's just wait for the phone to boot to the OS and then we will have a look at the result as well. Since this is an initial early build, you might face these issues, which is completely normal and nothing to worry about. In the subsequent build, it might be rectified. So with that said, we are now inside the OS. And if I get a prompt, then I will make a switch to the different launcher, or else I will choose the launcher from the settings menu as well. Allow debugging, always allow debugging. So I guess the launcher is not currently working along the expected line. So let's go to the settings menu. Search. Okay, the swipe keyboard is also not here. Under the launcher, let me see default home app. Let's select Ortus Launcher and now it's working well and good. I should have done that earlier itself. So again, I'm repeating, please use the Ortus Launcher. The name is, let me have verified once. So I'll have to have a look at that. Do not use the launcher because it's not working. You have to use the Ortus Launcher because that is the one which is working with this ROM, and here we are with the private space. You may access it from here, and you even have the option to hide the private space from the app drawer by going to the settings menu and hiding the private space. Got it, and it's now hidden from here as well. Just lock it once. You may access it from the settings menu or from the search bar as well. So these were the features of the Android 15. Let's now have a look at the USP of this ROM. So over here you have the battery tweaks at the home page only. Battery information is also with the latest Android 15 build. This is also a new feature. Apart from that, you have the storage usage over here. Then personalize. Here you will get all the goodies. There are quite a lot of options to have a look at. So first off, we have the lock screen widgets. So let's enable the lock screen widgets. Add some device info as well. And in the lock screen style, you may choose any one of these. Let's go with the default one. A couple of big widgets are there. Let's add. I'm adding any random ones as of now. Weather, Wi-Fi, let's say data, and tap on apply. And 2 big and 4 small widgets are now added. Let's have a look along with the device info. Well, currently it's all messed up. Let me see once again. Okay, now it's good. So this is the 2 big widgets, 4 small widgets, and over here are the device info, the battery, device temperature, volume panel, and the battery information. It's all there. If you want, you may hide the device info widget as well, and it's give a much better UI outlook now. Then you also have the style that you could choose from. Let's say material square. Give it a few seconds and let's have a look. This still looks nice, but the earlier one was much better. Anyways, let's go back, and now you have the peak display for the AOD. Peak display style, minimalistic, peak display location. Let's choose this one. So this is the sneak peek display, but doesn't make much of a difference. Okay, here is the AOD. You may also add an image to the AOD if required. Always show date and time info, always show while charging as well. Double tap, pulse on double tap, which is pulse notification. When you double tap, you will be able to get hold of the notification as well. This is edge lighting, so whenever you get a notification, the edges of the display will light up. You may change the color of the notification light as well from here. So let's first have a look at the AOD. As you could see, this is the AOD screen. Double tap to check the notification and wake the phone. Then apart from AOD, we have the depth wallpaper, iOS style depth wallpaper. There is no preset wallpaper. You will have to get hold of the same from online, from third-party websites. Then you may show or hide the battery info when the phone is charging. Bottom shortcut, left shortcut, you may change the left and the right shortcut. We are talking about these shortcut. At the left is the camera, right is the DND QR code scanner. You may tweak this according to the requirement. Then you may show or hide the media cover art as well. Add the weather settings. This will require GPS and internet, which will lead to additional battery drainage. So let's skip that for now. Double tap to sleep on the lock screen. So this is the lock screen. Double tap and sleep. Double tap to wake is also working. So both of them are now working along the expected line. You may change the fingerprint icon as well. These are the various icon style that you could choose from. Some are anime style, and there are quite a lot of options. As you could see, this is a never-ending list. Likewise, the animations are also there. There are again quite a lot of options that you could choose from for the animations. So both the fingerprint icon and animations, there are numerous options for that. You may hide or show the power menu in the lock screen as well. Let's keep it enabled. So apart from lock screen, we have the themes. The boot animation, you have quite a few boot animation style as well. For example, let's go with the Google one. It's a new one which you get in the Pixel 9 series. Valorant, let me show you that as well. So this is the new boot animation over here. You may choose any one of your choice. Then we have the icon pack for the status bar icons. Settings UI. So you may enable the dashboard greetings as well, and search bar style. Let's go with the Android 15 revamp. Settings icon style, it's default. Let me choose the Rising UI 2.0 and let me now see how it looks. Let's go back again and again. And this is the new page. I don't know. So as of now, nothing has changed. It's the new Android 15 layout. We have added the owner section for now. Let me show you any other tweaks. Let's say setting UI, Oxygen OS Legacy. This is the one which you will get for the Android 11 base. And yes, this is the Android 11 style icons at the left and the text at the right, as you could see from here. Anyways, let's move ahead with the next step, and we have the wallpaper tweaks. Wallpaper blur. Let's say both the default and the home and the lock screen. As you could see, the wallpaper is now blurred. This does not look quite nice in my opinion, so I have to turn off this feature. Disabled system UI restart. This will take just a few more seconds. So apart from the wallpaper blur, let's have a look at some other features. Brightness bar style. Let's go with leafy outline. I always choose this one because this is my preferred one, as you could see. Then any one rounded clip. Let me show you this as well. This is quite basic, so let's stick with this one only. You could choose from any one of these styles. You may also hide the navigation bar style. Let's say no space. And while using the keyboard, the navigation bar will be minimized. As you could see, currently also it's minimal in size. Notification style. Let's say iOS style. and system UI will now restart, and you could then get hold of the notification style. This is the iOS style notifications overlapping on top of each other, as you could see from here. So this is the one similar to how you get the notifications on your iPhone. Apart from that, we have the notification style which we are done with. Power menu style, let's go with the iOS and let me have a look at that. This is the power menu styles, outlining of the power menu. Then apart from that, let's say Cyberpunk. Let me see how it looks. This is not good, so let's go back to the default one only. Progress bar style, so let's choose any one of them. Currently nothing is going on, so I cannot show you about this. Screen of animations, CRT. This also requires a system UI restart, so only after that I'll be able to show you that. System animation style, let's leave it default. Volume panel style, new morph style, let's have a look how it looks. This is the new morph style. It's somewhat average. Wi-Fi icon style, these are the various icon style that you could choose from. I cannot find the carrier data style over here. Signal icon style, okay, so this was the one, the signal icon style, which is over here. Then next up we have the toolbox, extras, floating rotating button when the device is rotated. Okay, you get this at the bottom, as you could see. Let me show you. This is the button it's talking about. Then the game space, pocket detection, RAM boost. It will use the storage of your phone to boost the RAM. I don't know how much it is useful, so I don't usually keep it enabled. You can also use the sidebar features and swipe from right to left and you enable the sidebar. You could tap on the icon and it will bring up the app drawer. You may pin it if you want, or unpin it, maximize it or close it, or go back to the sidebar as well. Currently I keep it turned off because it conflicts with the back gesture. Smart pixel, so you may enable smart pixel and it will turn off 3/4 of the pixel when the battery is below a certain point. Apart from that, in the navigation bar, you may invert the layout of the 2 or 3 button navigation, and you may also assign these actions. Although these actions could be assigned to the navigation bar pill as well, but the pill is so small that you might not be able to access them in this. So it's much useful if you use a 2 or 3 button navigation and then implement these actions. Anyway, the choice is all yours. Next up is the security. You may hide the OEM unlocking, USB debugging status from third-party and system apps, including the banking apps. Then you may also go to the spoofing section, and this is quite important for me. So you may spoof your phone to the latest Google Pixel phone and get quite a few Pixel goodies, or you may also update the plain negative fix. So for that, go online and type on plain negative fix. This will help you pass the basic and the device test. Although you will not pass the strong test, but that is not required in most banking and payment app. But if your app is requiring the strong test as well, then you can refer to my guide, ask for the key of XML file and pass the strong test as well from here. Apart from that, you may also get unlimited Google photo storage, but do keep in mind that this will spoof the phone to the Pixel XL, whereas this will spoof the phone, whereas this one Google spoof Google apps to the latest Pixel 9 series. So your phone cannot be the Google Pixel 9 and the Google Pixel XL at the same time. You have to enable only one of the two toggles. For me, I need to have the Google photo storage, so I will keep this turned off. Okay, that's quite an effort-taking task. Our phone has now undergone a restart. I don't know why that was required. So as I was saying, only enable one of the two spoof, because your phone cannot be spoofed to the Pixel XL and the Pixel 9 series at the same time. So keep this point in mind. But that said, as soon as you turn off either of the two features, your phone will undergo a restart, and only after a restart you will be able to carry out the next task. As you could see, this is the custom boot animation which we have implemented, and we could now verify it as well. And our phone is now inside the OS in a few seconds. Let's access it and go off where we last left. Let me see. So okay, so I have to access it once again. So the toolbox was done and dusted. Colors, you may change the theming from here and choose any one of these preset theme. As you could see, the change is now implemented, or you may also enable accent color and choose a color from here as well. For instance, let's go with the blue theme and tap on it, and you could see the UI has changed to blue. This looks quite nice. Apart from the modern setting theming engine, we have the font style as well. These are the numerous font style. Whatever font you choose will be applied across the entire UI and UX of the OS as well as the third party and system apps. For example, this is the Comic Sans app applied and it's now implemented, as you could see over here. Then in the QS toggles, you may add an header image of your choice as well. Simply go there, enable this toggle, choose a image collection, let's say X-Men, browse the images. You may choose from any one of these images, let's say Cyborg, and you could see it's now enabled at the top. Likewise, you may also add any custom image of your choice as well. Colored QS notification icons. So over here, by default, you will get white icons. After enabling this, you will get back the colored icons similar to how it's in the app drawer. Then you have the background transparency. So let's keep it at 50% and you will now see it's transparent. QS tiles layout. Let's go with the circle tiles, and I guess this is the one which we got in Android 11. Let me have a look. Yes, it's the Android 11 style. QS panel styles. Let's say Cyberpunk, and let me see how it looks. I cannot see any major change in that. Then the QS header clock style. You may change the clock style as well. Let's go with the Oxygen OS. And the clock is over here at the top left, as you could see. It's now changed. Tiles layout. Let me enable and add more tiles. One more column should get the job done and should look much better, as you could see now. Give it a few seconds to load up, and now we will get 3 tiles, as you could see over here. You may also increase the number of columns and rows of these tiles if required from this section itself. Then after the QS tiles, you may change the brightness, positioning as well. Add an animation, let's say shake, and when you tap on any one of them, you could see the shake animation. You may increase the time as well for these animations. Then after that, we have the status bar tweaks. From here, you may customize the clock, date and time tweaks as well. Next up, you may show the clock seconds. Add a background chip, let's say this one. It will now be added next to the clock, and it's added. Let me change it to something else. Solid gradient side, and this look much better. You may also add a AM, PM, and even add a small date, or rather the day next to it. Colored icon in the status bar. Show the notification count. So this will show the number of pending notifications on top of the app icons, which is quite a handy feature. Then next up, we have a few gesture tweaks. Shake gesture. Let's assign an action. Let's say take a screenshot, and as you could see, the screenshot is now taken. Swipe 3-finger gesture. Let's assign let's say to open or recent apps switcher. Let's do that, and as you could see, we have got it now. 3-finger long press gesture. Let's say toggle volume panel, and volume panel is now visible. So these are quite a handy gesture which will come in quite useful on a day-to-day basis. Icon shape. Let's go with the pebble style, and the same will be applied across both the home screen and the app drawer in around 4 to 5 seconds. So give it some time for it to be implemented, and as you could see, it's now there. Apart from the icon shape, you have the notification tweaks as well. The noisy notification, it will only show sound and vibration for notification when the screen is on. Less boring is somewhat type of DND, which is only show the notification for the important notifications. You may also tweak the sound from here. Change the volume steps for each increment in the volume by the volume button for the media and calls and alarms. Change the volume panel location on the left to right. As you could see, it's now on the right hand side. And these are the vibration tweaks. Apart from that, let's go to the wallpaper and style, and from here you may change the wallpaper and the theme will change accordingly. Well, there are quite a lot of wallpapers, from the nothing to a RisingOS 4, Pixel 9 series, RisingOS community. So you could choose from any one of these wallpaper, and the tweak or rather the theme will change accordingly. Let's go with any other wallpaper of our choice. Let's say the RisingOS. This one looks quite nice across both the home screen and the lock screen, and the theme of the phone should now change accordingly, and it's now changed. Likewise, you may also change the theme from here, or go to this overflow icon and change the colors of the theme accordingly. You may switch between the dark and the light theme from this section, or let's go back and change the icon font which we have already checkmarked. If you go to the home screen, you may then change the themed icons, and as you could see, they are now implemented. Change the app grid size. Maximum is 6x10, but 5x5 is the most which we usually use, and rest of them are done and dusted. So the lock screen clock is not visible here. That's quite strange. I don't know why. Clock color and size. So okay, let's change it from here. You may change the clock color and size if required. Let's go with the blue one only. Size is dynamic, will get the job done. And apart from that, let's now have a look at the auto settings icons. If you're using a custom icon pack, you may enable the theme icons and choose the icon pack from here. Notification dot, give it access to the notification as well. In the home screen, you may tweak this, so you may swipe to access Google app. Currently is gray out because I haven't flashed the G app package, but you may tweak it accordingly. Likewise, in the you may show or hide the at a glance. At a glance is this one at the top left of the screen. As you could see, this is the at a glance. You may show or hide that as well. Then apart from that, we have the app drawer. You may enable the theme icons in the app drawer by enabling the first and second toggle, and it's now enabled. Likewise, you may make the transparent app drawer as well. This feature is not there in every ROM, so it's quite great to see that it's there in this. Let's say 53%, give it a few seconds, and the app drawer will now be transparent, as you could see. Next up, we have a height and column height and width of the app drawer can also be changed. A few miscellaneous tweaks is also there. You may use the taskbar. So for that, just swipe up from here and leave it for a few seconds. Okay, wait for a few seconds, swipe up, and now you get the taskbar. At the bottom, you will only get those apps which are there in the home screen, and you may access more apps from here as well. Then apart from that, as of now, I would like to keep the taskbar turned off because this usually conflicts with the swipe up gesture. So let me turn that off for now. You may also hide your apps from here. Just tap on the icon to hide it and again tap on it to show it. Then restart the launcher to implement the required depth, the required tweak. In the recent menu, you have the option to show the memory info as well, and the screenshot, Google Share, and the clear all buttons. Let's have a look at that. And as you could see, the clear all and the screenshot button is there as well. You will have to do a restart and then you will get the share button as well. The final few settings, UI switcher, default selected. So right icon, left icon, let me see what it means. I don't have any idea about that. Let me have a look. So UI switcher, right icon, and restarting launcher. Well, what is exactly being changed? Let me see. Okay, the UI of this page is being changed from here. That is not major issue or major tweak to carry out, but still let me show you some of the features. As you could see, this is a new one. Let me stick with any one of these for now. This one was sufficient, and it's not that it will make any major difference. So guys, on that note, I round up this video. Just before rounding off, just give me a second. I want to search for the lock screen clock because I guess I might have missed that, or whether it's even there in this ROM or not. It should be there. The clock and date, customize clock and date. So I cannot find the clock style. I don't know why, whether it's not even there in this ROM, or dynamic clock, QoS header clock style, alarms, and QoS header clock style. So this we have already checkmarked. This one was the one which you could see at the top left, but in the wallpaper and style section we usually have a clock style which is not there, and this is quite surprising. I guess it's just a UI bug which might be fixed in the subsequent build. So as you could see, there are no clock style over here. Anyways guys, with that said, I round up this video. If you have any queries with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching. So this is the latest Android 15 build of Nothing OS 2.0 on a Nothing Phone 2.